I'm not judging Ariana for misleading about Miami Girl, but wow, their ability to lie so effortlessly is astonishing. Watching the episode again, the convincing way both Sandoval and Ariana fabricate about Miami Girl really stands out to me. Kristen being herself didn't help the situation either. It's just unfortunate how they portrayed this girl as a liar, and I'm pretty sure most people sided with Tom and Ariana back then. When these people are in full-on defense mode, their lies are next level, thoughts over wine. From the start, I fully believed Tom had hooked up with Miami Girl. Kristen bringing her around was too much, though it made for great reality TV. What baffled me was why Tom didn't just admit to hooking up with her before he was official with Ariana. Going to such lengths when a simpler version of the truth would suffice was crazier than Kristen's actions to me. Tom and Ariana looked pretty foolish here, but what a storyline. The truth would have been far less dramatic. I think Ariana accepted his excuse because they were actually exclusive, but her low self-esteem played a role in not wanting to lose him or be seen like Kristen, who, despite being misguided, was somewhat right in her actions and obsessed with Tom at the time. Here's my recollection of watching it live and reflection since then. It was so obvious when they avoided her. I guess I forgot about it until I could rewatch the episode later. It only aired for 28 days as new episodes. Back then, Kristen lacked credibility, so people were more inclined to believe it was just her trying to get back at them. I know the general opinion is Ariana is good, Tom is bad, but she was with him for a decade. She witnessed a lot of his bad behavior and excused it, sometimes even being a willing participant or equally problematic player in his games for all those years. She's lucky she didn't face consequences for being difficult for 10 seasons. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Spill Chronicles. It's me, Ramona, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. However, living in a condo isn't a big deal. Ariana mentioned before that she was struggling financially partly because of her house. Sandoval can't afford his house now, and now Lala is claiming she can't afford her $3 million mortgage. Why do these people plan financially for the best-case scenario and not the worst? Jeff Lewis often talks about advice Andy Cohen gave him when flipping out started. Essentially, if you're fortunate, a reality-type documentary show will have about a 3-year run. Use the platform to your advantage, but don't rely on it to replace your main source of income. Jeff was lucky to have a longer run than 3 years with subsequent shows, but he never forgot that advice and continued with his real estate and design work. The cast of Vanderpump Rules clearly didn't heed that advice, perhaps because none of them really had day jobs beyond SUR and aspiring careers in acting or modeling. For the most part, they seem to live as though reality TV money is permanent and not temporary. A lot of people on VPR have lived beyond their means. The only ones who seem financially realistic are Katie and Schwartz. They sold their house at a profit and haven't made any extravagant purchases since. This allows them to run their businesses without worrying about affording a ridiculous mortgage. Sheena and Lala are criticized for buying not just one, but 2 properties each. If you can't afford your home without relying on a reality show that's been on for over a decade, you're financially unwise. The same goes for Lindsay Hubbard on Summer House, who renewed a $13,000 lease and is paying for a house in Nashville. Moreover, these reality TV stars have assistants. Why? They could handle their own emails and spreadsheets if they lived within their means. I have zero sympathy for people who live well beyond their means and squander financial security that most people could only dream of. I often use this comparison because it illustrates the reality of Bravo's pay versus other networks. Reality TV pay on Bravo, after taxes and expenses like lawyers, agents, and managers, isn't what people might assume. For example, MTV pays the Jersey Shore cast 6 figures per episode. Whereas Vanderpump Rules cast members like Rachel reportedly made around $350,000 for a season. After deductions, that's significantly less. Bravo seems to pay their talent poorly compared to the ratings and success of their shows. In conclusion, sorry for the rant, these cast members are facing financial troubles because they live in one of the most expensive cities and aren't compensated adequately. Bravo treats its talent as a stepping stone rather than ensuring they are financially secure. If they don't secure brand deals, appear on other shows, or start businesses, they won't be able to sustain themselves. While some, like Stassi, have managed to set themselves up comfortably, it's not so easy for others without a solid team helping them make smart investments. Hence, Sandoval continues with karaoke tours and Lala ventures into other business opportunities, hoping for success like Ariana's, which may never materialize for them. Additionally, as I wrap up my rewatch of Season 10, I can't help but reflect on the conflict between Rachel and Katie. It's clear now how much Rachel's words seem to echo Sandoval's sentiments, especially considering their later confirmed affair. Whether Sandoval directly orchestrated Rachel's confrontation or simply influenced her, it's evident she acted in a way that aligned with his desires. They both played manipulative roles. It appears Sandoval orchestrated a multi-pronged attack. Perhaps he targeted Katie, an OG of the show, to free up budget for new cast members he preferred. The kiss between Schwartz and Raquel may have been staged to set up drama for the next season, undermining Ariana's boundaries about hooking up with friends. Attacking Katie's mom was likely to discredit her truths about Katie and Schwartz's relationship dynamics. Sandoval used Sheena to manipulate situations, such as setting up Raquel and Schwartz, and uninviting Katie to her wedding to potentially keep her off camera. Sheena's pay-by-episode arrangement that year gave her incentive to participate in sidelining Katie. It's plausible that Sheena, Schwartz, Raquel, and Sandoval were all complicit in this scheme, leveraging their alliances and betrayals. Sandoval's influence extended to Raquel, possibly orchestrating her departure from Las Vegas to prevent her from filming with Katie. Although their affair may not have begun then, Sandoval had been grooming Raquel for months, positioning himself as her advisor and producer. This manipulation also aimed to sideline James, foreseeing him as a threat. By discrediting him, Sandoval and Raquel could emerge as the show's new power couple without his interference. The plan included hoping James would self-destruct and be fired, making their relationship launch smoother the following year. Throughout this turmoil, Ariana likely knew what was happening, voicing objections yet proceeding with business plans like the sandwich shop. Her frustration with Sandoval's fixation on Raquel kissing Schwartz reflects her awareness of the larger scheme. Moreover, looking at how eager Lala appears to stay on TV, it raises questions about what lengths she might go to maintain her presence. Would she relocate to the Valley, despite denying it? Is she eyeing a spot on a Housewives franchise? And could having a baby be a strategic move to secure her place on television? Randall's reluctance to feature Ocean on screen leaves her fitting only on VPR without either a child or a partner. Considering IVF for this reason seems more plausible than her stated reasons. It's unclear whether I'm just being cynical after feeling let down by her, or if this scenario actually makes sense. While her true motivations remain uncertain, her image often suggests a hunger for money and fame. It wouldn't surprise me if she pursued these avenues solely to stay in the spotlight, though it's ironic given its reality TV, which is often seen as trashy entertainment. Personally, I've never been a fan and don't find her contributions to reality TV compelling. It seems like Lala's perception of reality is skewed by the show, blurring lines between real life and its scripted portrayal. This mindset isn't unlike Sandoval's in that regard. Although Lala doesn't seem to possess conventional job skills, she's savvy enough to recognize that the income she generates from VPR and its associated opportunities like appearances, endorsements, and her podcast, is unlikely to be matched elsewhere. While her actions, including controversial choices like the infamous Range Rover incident, might suggest she's willing to do anything to maintain her status, it's crucial she manages her finances wisely, as the TV gravy train won't last forever. On the other hand, I'm curious if anyone knows how Brandy reacted to Sheena's divorce, especially considering Brandy was the other woman. I'm currently watching season 6 for the first time, and I kind of agree with Jax when he joked about Sheena acting like Rob created the air we breathe. From what I recall, Brandy seemed to take the high road and made a neutral but somewhat supportive statement. In fact, Brandy even reached out to Andy Cohen to help facilitate peace between them. She tweeted, "Tell her that I know how difficult divorce can be," in reference to her own highly publicized split from Eddie Cibrian. Hang in there. However, Lala is undeniably good reality TV. The proof? We can't seem to stop discussing her. Having just completed my first watch of Vanderpump Rules in 5 months, my feelings toward Lala are a mix of love and hate, especially after her behavior last season left a sour taste. On this subreddit, she's often criticized and lately seems desperate and envious. However, dismissing her as bad reality TV feels unfair. Throughout all the seasons I binge-watched, she was consistently entertaining. Even if she had a lackluster storyline last season, does that nullify her impact over the years? It seems not, considering how frequently she's a topic of discussion here. Despite being widely disliked, does that make her bad for reality TV? I don't think so. She knows how to stir up drama, and while it may not be admirable, it definitely adds to the recipe for captivating reality television. I won't defend her actions, but I can't deny I've enjoyed watching what she brings to the show. I'm not ready to write her off just yet. Feel free to criticize me. I'm here for the drama. Additionally, has anyone seen Lisa Vanderpump's show on Hulu, Vanderpump Villa? I think she should treat all her girls, like Ariana and Katie, to a villa in France. It would be fantastic to watch. As an original Vanderpump Rules fan who enjoys some pretty questionable shows, I attempted to watch Vanderpump Villa, but could only get through an episode and a half before giving up entirely. It just didn't click for me. Even the Watch What Crappens guys eventually gave up on it. No offense to those who enjoyed it. I watched the entire series, but by the end, I couldn't stand it. Hannah came across as an obnoxious bully, and Marciano was just a terrible person. Eric's behavior was creepy. We now know why. Telly seemed like a brat, and the rest of the cast wasn't memorable. I really wanted to like it, but it felt too scripted, overly produced, and excessively focused on Hannah to be genuinely engaging. Moreover, Sheena is firing back at Vanderpump Rules viewers who accuse her of flip-flopping between supporting Ariana Madix and Lala Kent. I've been reading different perspectives, and I see people saying I'm backpedaling. Scheana, 39, addressed on her podcast. God forbid I say one thing in support of Ariana. If Brock truly loves his wife, he should consider hiring someone to manage her social media and provide summaries regularly. Scheana struggles to handle the overwhelming volume of feedback, exacerbated by her OCD tendencies. It's clear Sheena needs to disconnect from her Google alerts, refrain from checking mentions, avoid the comment sections, and take a break from social media to protect her well-being. Let's not forget we witnessed Sheena crying on TV, claiming that Tom missed her friendship more than Ariana's, or something along those lines. We also saw her attempt to facilitate conversations between Ariana and Tom multiple times, not to mention the tense reunion scenes. Sheena could benefit greatly from some introspection. In a poignant moment from the series premiere, Sheena once declared her superpower was not caring what others think, or words to that effect. It's ironic now, considering her evident desire for approval from both her castmates and the audience, which comes across as poignant and somewhat sad. In essence, Sheena seems to be defending her shift in alliances by claiming she simply changed her mind, without acknowledging the backlash she received for appearing as a pick-me girl. Her recent support for Ariana over Lala appears to be a strategic move to align herself with the more successful and well-liked person, which she now sees as Ariana. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.